I'm Devin Williams, and this is In Spite Of. The universe is as vast as it is mysterious. Its origins, nature, and age are continuously studied. However, Tulsa solved one of these mysteries in the 1980s. What is the center of the universe? Could it be the Andromeda Galaxy, Proxima Centauri, or the recently discovered supermassive black hole in the center of the galaxy of M87? All of these will be fitting origins for our universe. However, you don't need a spaceship to be an astronaut or even own a telescope to experience the centermost point in our universe. All you need to do is walk to a bridge near the Tulsa Theater next to the Jazz Hall of Fame and stand in a circle. Speak and then listen. The greater scientific community believes there is no center to our universe. Perhaps that's because they've been trying to see the center of the universe when they should have been trying to hear it. Crystal Patrick unravels the mystery for us.
The center of the universe. When you imagine the center of the universe, you might think of galaxies and stars spinning crazily in outer space, with asteroids and comets and space junk hurtling through the vastness at the speed of light. As a child growing up in Tulsa, I remembered hearing about the mystical place where you can literally stand in the center of the universe in downtown Tulsa next to the Jazz Hall of Fame. What if I told you that the center of the universe was actually a small circle of concrete bricks in the middle of a large circle of blocks? Unremarkable to look at, but a mysterious phenomena all the same. The legend goes like this: if you stand in the center of the circle, the sound you make will be amplified back to you much louder than you made it. Also, a train could be going by and you would not hear it. I sat down with University of Tulsa physics professor Dr. Jerry McCoy, and he walked me through the mystery of the center of the universe.
My name is Jerry McCoy, and I've lived almost all my life here in Tulsa, although a couple stints away, one a little bit out in California and one overseas in Finland. I am applied professor of physics and engineering physics, and so on a day-to-day basis, I'm teaching freshmen and sophomores physics. And the stuff that I teach is the calculus-based physics and the labs that go with that. And everybody who wants to study science and engineering has to take what I teach. As far as cosmologists, and that's the people who study the large-scale structure and development of the universe, they would tell you that there's no one spot in the universe that is any more important than the others. Matter of fact, that whole idea that no one place distinguishes itself any more than any other place has a name. It's called the Copernican principle of mediocrity, which means that, hey, we're all the same. There's nothing special. So if you're wanting to apply it to the center of the universe, downtown, there is not anything cosmically significant. There may be architecturally, there may be culturally, there may be popularly, but there is not anything from a true physics sense. If you go down there and get to just the right spot, it'll get your attention with the interesting acoustic effect that you get when you're there. Matter of fact, here's what happens: is it's a circular open area. It's I would say it's about 60 feet in diameter of open paved space. So it's like about 20 yards on a football field, something a little less than that actually. But if you stand right in the middle of it and talk, it's almost like you're hearing feedback into your ears. You're hearing your own voice, but very slightly delayed from when you spoke it. So if I make a sharp noise, like clap my hands or make some sort of goofy sounding beep, I will hear that just a split second later. So if you're standing there talking with someone, it's just an interesting effect. You're hearing your own voice, but it's like it's being played back to you. Now, by some speaker system, and there's nothing that you can identify that would do that. I mean, it's not obvious. This is not the first time that I've been interviewed about this. And it was funny, the last time it was in the Tulsa World years ago, and I gave them an explanation that was, perfectly scientific, and then mine was sandwiched amidst all these other ones, and it was like mine really didn't carry any more weight than anybody else. It's like, it could be a portal to another universe, or it could be, and then this guy thinks this, so it's a lot more fun to think about all the exotic answers, but unfortunately it's not nearly as exotic as you might think it is, or you might hope it would be. Simply put, it's an echo. And what people don't notice is that if you stand right in the middle, a little less than 30 feet away from you, there are these low 20-inch tall, so we're talking 20 inches, probably about like this, cement or concrete benches that form kind of a boundary, a circular boundary on that space. And it's easy to not even pay attention to them. The point is, as your voice goes out, normally in a room like this, it would reflect off the cabinets, the ceiling, the walls, and echo back to me, but all those echoes take a little bit different amount of time. I perceive it as kind of the richness of the sound in this room. The same thing happens when you're in a cathedral or in a church that's got, a big, vast sanctuary. You talk and you can hear this kind of richness to your voice. And I got a real clear example of that one time. I was doing some music recording, and I was in a sound studio where they purposely deadened the sound. And I sat in there, and it was so tinny, because I'm used to having sound reverberating to me from the various surfaces, and you don't even notice it, but it gives sound a richness. But usually, the sound of a human voice, or any sound, just goes out, and then it will bounce off various structures. Here, your voice, or whatever sound you're making, is going out, hitting that concrete wall of these low benches, and it's echoing back to you. The big difference is all of it is echoing back to you. See, like right now, my sound is going here and coming back to me, but then it's going there and bouncing and back to me. Here, it's all going the same distance and all coming right back to me because of that circular wall. And so what happens is that from the time you make the noise to the time it goes out and comes back, given the speed of sound in air, it's about 5/100ths of a second delayed from when you made the noise. And so you're hearing all that sound coming back to you 1/2 of a 1/10 of a second later, playing back in your ears, and it just sounds like, where's the speakers? I don't see them. And you're hearing the echo off these benches. Now, if you want proof of that, somebody is going to say, well, I really like that portal into the universe idea more, and I don't like the idea of an echo so much. All you have to do to convince yourself, and I thought about this. Matter of fact, I want to take credit for this. I thought, well, how would you experimentally prove it? Because that's what scientists do. They form a theory and then they figure out a way to prove it. And I thought, well, when I stand up, I'm a tall guy, I'm over 6 feet tall, and most of the sound that I make is just going to travel out into the air and miss those benches that are down here. And I thought, if I laid on the ground and made the same noise, then the effect should be intense. And I've never seen anybody laying on the ground out there making noise. They're all standing up and they talk so I went out there this morning and I laid down and I started talking, and it was way more intense. And so, it's just, it supports the fact that it's just an echo. And the fact is that it's echoing off a structure that brings it all right back to you. And if you get low enough where all of your voice, or a lot of it, is hitting those benches, it really intensifies the effect. So I want you to know that next time I go out there, I want to see people laying on their stomach in the middle, and I'm going to say, that's me.
Extreme heat and pressure. That, in essence, is what triggered the Big Bang. That is the reason for everything we know and don't know. including the magnificent city of Tulsa. The extreme heat that destroyed a bridge of commerce birthed a location that now attracts thousands of visitors every single year. Regarding the acoustic anomaly that is the center of the universe, Shane Wood, director of the Tulsa Architecture Foundation, said that, "I think it was done as a design, but ended up being a happy accident." A happy accident is the perfect descriptor for the eerie phenomena that happens at this location. What is your theory on why you can hear echoes in the whisper chamber? Have you experienced this phenomenon for yourself? What are some of your favorite strange places in Tulsa? Let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. I've been Devin, you've been Stellar, and we'll see you very soon.